What an amazing performance there. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. It's just 39 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, and all morning we're going to be celebrating Lord Kitchener, the Grandmaster of most as you know him, because of his musical contributions and, of course, what he would have done for our culture and our history. And some people actually understand what Lord Kitchener would have done for us. And so with me, I have Mr. Donald Baldio Singh from the Arima Rebranding Team. Of course, Kitchener was an Arima boy, and we have somebody from the Arima Branding Team who's going to be telling us what they have planned for the Grandmaster's 100th birthday. Mr. Baldio Singh, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to see how much TTT is doing to showcase the work of Lord Kitchener.
We live for local here, Mr. Baldio Singh. We don't just talk it, we walk it as well.
So imagine that 100 years ago today, this little baby boy, very small, was born into the world, and then went on from Arima to all over the world. He spent time in the UK and came back to Trinidad and left such a mark.
I know.
Yes.
Especially on pan and stuff, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. Now, I know that the ART, the Arima Rebranding Team, is it that they're having an event called All Things Kitch today for his birthday? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It starts off with an interfaith service at 9 a.m. at Malabar in Arima. And this is where the religious organizations are getting together in a thanksgiving for the life of Kitchener, Alwyn Roberts, and diplomats are coming, like the U.S. Chargé d'Affaires, the UK British High Commissioner, the MPs for Arima and Dabadi O'Meara will be there, and a host of other persons are showing up. Len Bugsy Sharp will do a pan rendition at the event. So this is at 9 a.m. and will go until about 10:30, and then this evening at 7. Well, you can't have Kitchener without music. So the Angel Harps Pan Yard is hosting an event with art where a number of Calypsonians are going to be there performing.
Nice. Now, you just piqued my interest. Can I come down there for free, or do I need to purchase ticket in advance? Or how does it work?
It's completely a free event.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I hope we can manage the traffic that will happen there. But it's wonderful. There's a lot of interest in it.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Baldio Singh, if I'm not mistaken, this is a year-long event that you're doing for Kitch's birthday, right?
Yes. Art felt that we could not recognize properly the life and work of Lord Kitchener on one day only. So today, his centennial birth anniversary will kick off a year of events, which will include concerts all over Trinidad and Tobago. It will include competitions at schools and around the country, showcasing Kitchener in different ways to different people, and raising a lot of awareness over the year.
Mr. Baldio Singh, this seems to be like a massive effort. I'm just wondering who you would have partnered with, to get this off the ground.
Well, art really started off by itself on this, and have been working on it for almost 2 years. Now, in more recent times, we've been able to be in more contact with NCC and TUCO and Pan Trinbago and others, and people are more falling into partnering on this year of activity.
And is it the International Soca Organization? They're part of it as well?
Yes, the Soca Awards organization.
Soca Award, yes.
They are producing the show tonight, and they have a cast there. If I start calling out, people will start jumping in the cars right now to go to Arima. It's a great cast that's going to be there.
Nice, amazing. Now, the Arima Rebranding Team, or as you keep mentioning, art. I mean, who are they, how did they get started, and what other activities are they involved in?
We have to give a lot of credit to Mr. Henry Saunders. He is a former teacher and head of science curriculum at the Ministry of Education, and the head of the GLOBE program, which is an environmental program with schools. Art is about rebranding Arima, about taking into consideration our rich history and culture from Arima and propelling it into a modern era with digitalization, with environmental sustainability and resilience, and creating a pool of excellence in these areas that could be a model for the rest of Trinidad and Tobago and for the world.
Nice. And what are some of the other activities you would have been involved in?
Art now started off with tree planting programs, with advocacy against plastics, with greening Arima, and that's where it really started, about energy efficiency and reducing waste and cleaning up the town. Arima is very different today to when Kitchener was a boy there. And we have to return to some of those old Arimian values. And that is what art is about.
Now, Mr. Balde was saying, I read that they are thinking or they're planning to rename Queen Street in honor of Lord Kitchener.
Yes.
Do you know about this?
Well, we're very grateful to the mayor for taking up the idea from art and agreeing that we will rename Pro Queen Street, will now become Lord Kitchener Avenue. And not just a name, but it will be a Kitchener experience with banners and posters along the way, showcasing Kitchener and his road march victories and so on. We have a lot in mind to create this whole atmosphere of remembering Lord Kitchener. And it doesn't stop there. You know, we have lots of great people who have come from Arima. So the Arima Rebranding Team will continue with other great sons and daughters of Arima.
I think it's so amazing. So when you walk down Pro Queen Street, pretty soon you might be seeing plaques and those kind of things, maybe all his road march wins and stuff like that.
Big posters. The business community in Arima have come on board and are supporting it. So on their storefronts, we will be putting these big banners and paintings and so on.
Nice. And is this only going to be year long, or are you going to keep it up? It's going to stay there whenever you visit Pro Queen Street, you're going to see it?
This is going to be forever. There's a plan for a bigger monument for Kitchener and even a small museum relating to Kitchener that can become an Arima Heroes Museum as well.
Sounds good. I think the Arima Rebranding Team is doing so much for Lord Kitchener, and of course we appreciate it. Well, one more time, Mr. Balde Singh, I mean, for those who are looking, tell them where they can be tonight, who they can look out for, and, you know, how they can come and enjoy the experience.
Excellent. Well, it's a great list of people who will be there.
Give me at least 5. Tease our viewers with at least 5.
Crazy, Sugar Aloes, Chalk Dust, Baron, Soca Elvis, Tony Prescott.
And on and on and on.
And on. People were just volunteering and saying, I want to be there. Kitch did so much for me. I want to be part of this. So in fact, we had to condense it into who can be accommodated tonight, but there will be further events during the course of the year as well.
And just remind me, location and start time?
Angel Harps Panyard, which is on the corner of O'Meara Road and Eastern Main Road in Arima, starting at 7 p.m.
Great. Mr. Balde was saying thank you so much for coming in and sharing what you're going to be having for Kitchener. Of course, I know a lot of our viewers are looking forward to that little piece of art wall that you will have on Pro Queen Street. And we are also looking forward to see, you know, what else you have in store for us. So thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you very much for having us.
You're on the Now Morning Show, of course. All day and all morning, we're going to be celebrating the Lord Kitchener. He would have been 100 years old today. He would have been a centenarian if he had survived. So stay with us on the Now Morning Show. We're going to be right back.